Megan. It's been such a long time since we last talked. Well, today I have something I'd like to ask you. Do you think you can call me?
Huh? Anita? It's been so long. I think the last time we saw one another was at that high school reunion a while back. Anyways, as for calling you, I'm on the road right now and can't call you to talk right now, but we can text one another still. Does that work for you?
Well, I guess it'll have to do. It was maybe a year ago we had that high school reunion, right? Why didn't you tell me about everything clearly back then?
Tell you everything clearly? What are you talking about?
Don't play dumb with me. At that time you were trying to play things off around me.
I'm sorry, Anita, but I'm not seeing where this is supposed to be going.
I'm talking about when we had that after party after the reunion. I got a message from your boyfriend. And he was talking about how he had plans for you and him to go to a restaurant for your birthday and that he had already reserved you guys' seats. You know about that, right?
Well, now that you mention it, he did take me out for my birthday. And what about that?
That dinner was when he proposed to you and everything, right?
Well, yeah, he did end up proposing to me on my birthday at the dinner. But why do you know all about that?
Well, I wanted to hear it from you that you're going to be marrying him. I heard about this already, but need to confirm.
How did you hear about all of that when I haven't even sent out the invitations yet or anything about us getting married?
Can you stop acting like I don't have my ways? Don't tell me that back then when he was talking about the birthday plans he had for you that he was bragging about proposing to you on that day. I bet that he was doing that because you asked him to as a way of rubbing your man in my face.
Hold on for 1 second, Anita. Why do you think I sent my boyfriend back to you to rub all that in your face? I never meant for anything like that at the party. Actually, at the party, he was just wanting to talk about his plans for me with other people to get their take on it. And I'm sure that it may have just come off as him bragging or myself bragging because he was explaining how happy he was to finally have a chance to propose to me.
Well, you planned all that out to make me jealous.
Why do you think either of us would be bragging in the first place about our relationship? I don't have any reason to be bragging to you or anyone for that matter.
Stop it with all that crap, Megan! I know everything about you and that boyfriend of yours. You stole my fiancé from me, Megan.
Huh? I stole your fiancé? Wait, I have zero idea of what you're getting at now.
You really are so naive. After I learned that you had stolen my fiancé, you still didn't even bother to recognize that and apologize to me. I told you, right? I know more than you think, and that my situation is a lot more complex than you think.
Can you explain to me what you mean by me having stolen your fiancé? I didn't even know that you had been engaged to anyone at that time.
The man that you're planning to marry is the man that I was destined to marry first.
What? You're joking about that, right? Because I remember at the reunion that you said you had a boyfriend of your own and that he was not my boyfriend, right? I mean, he couldn't have been my boyfriend because I've been together with him for 3 years now.
And you stabbed me in the back 3 years ago, you two!
I stabbed you in the back? I am so lost right now. Are you sure that you're not mistaking me and my man for some other couple? Like, you might have the wrong person here.
There's no way I have the wrong person. I have proof that you're with my fiancé from someone that was there with all of you when you guys began planning out the wedding.
What does that mean?
My mom works at that wedding hall. She isn't the one in charge of preparing your wedding, though. Back in high school, you would come over to my house, right?
Was that back when we had that Halloween party at school and after your family let me come over and stay the night?
Yes, and my mom remembered your face from that night. And recently, when she saw you at the wedding hall, she told me that she saw one of my friends there with my fiancé preparing their wedding.
So you're telling me your mom is the one that's witnessed me with your fiancé?
That's right. He is supposed to be my fiancé, yet right now it seems he's going to be marrying you. Why? You give my fiancé back to me right now.
What are you talking about?
Your man is a doctor, right? He's one because the rest of his family is doctors, right? Well, I want to marry him because if I can become his wife, I'll never have to worry about money again. So give me back my happiness.
He is, in fact, a doctor. Are you sure? Are you sure that my fiancé is supposed to be getting married to you?
I know that you're the one that's wanting to steal everything that makes me happy. I am not going to let you get away with this.
Wait a second, though. Can we wait until after you've calmed down and talk about all of this again? I need to talk with my fiancé about all of this as well. Do you think we can all go out and talk about this face-to-face somewhere? Anita?
This is the first time I've ever had to be the one to contact anyone like this. Anyway, I am Anita's mother.
Hello? Is there any reason for why I'm getting contacted by you right now instead of Anita?
Well, because of the current situation at hand right now after you stole my daughter's fiancé from her, I have to be here to talk with you. I have something I'd like to ask of you, and that's why I decided to text you right away instead of let Anita handle everything.
Wait a moment. I never planned to steal Anita's fiancé. And to tell you the truth, I talked with him about Anita and her story, but he told me he doesn't know anything about her.
That's not the case, Megan. I saw you with him very clearly. I saw you with her fiancé when the two of you came to the wedding hall to start planning you guys' wedding out.
Her fiancé? Are you sure that my fiancé doesn't just look similar to hers?
No way. He's definitely her fiancé. I don't remember what his first name is, but that last name of his is pretty rare. So I remember that. And on the day that you came to the wedding hall with him, I was able to see his last name on all the paperwork you both signed.
What? Both myself and my fiancé have no idea what you both are going on about. And for a long time now, I haven't even known that Anita was engaged to anyone yet.
At first, her and her fiancé had broken off wanting to get married.
They broke off getting married?
Anita didn't want to do that, but after talking about marriage and proposing to her, her fiancé later told her he was no longer wanting it. And after that, he stopped talking to her.
You're saying that a little bit after proposing to her, her boyfriend took it back and then left her? Did she actually get proposed to?
She did not. Not in the traditional way, that is. Anita just knew it was implied that he wanted her to be his wife. But now, after learning about you being with him, we understand why after talking about marriage with Anita, he backtracked and then left her. Both Anita and I both knew something was up when he did that to her, and that it wasn't because he didn't like Anita, but for some other reason.
Huh?
I have a reason to think that, right? I know that I'm her mother, but she is such a beautiful woman, Anita. There's no way a man would be leaving someone like her without some far more terrifying reason behind it. But now that I know what that reason is, I'm finally at peace.
That reason?
The reason being that you stole her fiancé from her, and that's why he was forced to break things off and go to you.
I did not steal any man from her.
Do you think you can give up on playing this game with us so that Anita can go back to being my happy baby girl?
What do you mean give up on playing this game? Are you telling me to give up on wanting to marry my fiancé?
Well, isn't it strange to you that my beautiful girl cannot get married, but you of all people can? That man is supposed to be getting married to my daughter, Megan. His family is all full of doctors, right? If she is able to get with him and become his wife, my whole family will no longer have to worry about money anymore.
Wait, please. I'll tell you again, my fiancé does not know a thing about Anita. It's been 3 years now since we first started going out with one another. In other words, I know my fiancé very well, and he would never lie to me about having anything to do with Anita. And he would never be the kind of man to have 2 different relationships going on at the same time.
And that's because you had your way with him, right? Also that he would stop having relations with my daughter.
Can you please allow me to see Anita in person and talk all of this through properly?
You want to meet with Anita? Right now, that girl has been through so much after being stabbed in the back by both her friend and her fiancé that she's not even willing to go to work anymore. So stop trying to ask anything else of my daughter after all you've done to her!
But if we don't talk this over, then she's going to keep believing something that isn't true. And that will only lead to things becoming far worse between us down the road.
The fact is, you stole my daughter's fiancé from her and left her behind to have your way with her happiness. That's the truth. And I know all that to be true because I saw you with him at the wedding hall. Can I ask that you please stop hurting my daughter any more than you have already?
I am not trying to hurt your daughter in any way, though.
You're going to leave your fiancé so that my daughter can be happy again, right? And then I'm going to change your name on the wedding registry over to Anita and have that wedding you're planning out given to her.
What the hell are you talking about?
It's not only her that wants to be married to that man, but I want that as well for her. If she can become his wife, then even I will no longer have to worry about things like money and can have an early retirement. My husband passed away early, and so I feel that I'll never be able to get out of my line of work. I'm getting tired of having to work in this place, helping others have a happy marriage when I'm the one that wants to be happy for once.
So that's your reason for wanting to change my wedding and hand it over to your daughter, and then have my fiancé marry her during that wedding? That is going way too far.
If only I had just stayed quiet about you and him. Anita would have never been able to find out that you were with her man. Well, too bad for you, Megan. She's so lucky that her mother works at that wedding hall.
Can you please let me talk with Anita? Right now, all I can see happening from what you plan to do is more than just my fiancé and I being hurt.
I told you, right? She is not willing to talk with anyone right now. She knows the truth about everything now, and I'm not going to let you hurt her anymore. You better be ready for the day that we get everything you stole from her back. We're going to make you pay for ever thinking it was okay to steal someone else's fiancé, someone else's wedding, someone else's happiness.
Hold on, though, please. Hey?
Long time no see. Today is the perfect day for a wedding, right? The weather is just right and the sun is shining bright.
It's about time you replied to me. I haven't been able to get anything back from either you or your mother this whole time. I've only wanted for you and I to meet in person so that we can talk all this through in person, but now I'm stressed out because of you.
That's because my mom and I blocked you this whole time. But I thought that I'd unblock you today so that I could give you the news. Ha!
What news?
Someone has to be around to tell the backstabber the news, right?
What are you talking about, Anita?
I know about today, Megan. About how your wedding is supposed to be happening today. I know that because my mom was able to tell me.
How did she find out about the date? My fiancé worked so hard with the staff to make sure to keep all that information private from her and anyone else not related to the wedding. We even made sure to only work on the wedding on days that she wasn't at the hall. Yet, she still found out all the details?
Of course. And all I needed to know was the date of your wedding. Nothing else. Well, I also need to make sure that I'm there so that I can get into your wedding.
What are you thinking of doing?
I'm going to make sure that your wedding is a complete mess.
What? You plan to make my wedding a mess? You have to be joking now, right? If you plan on doing something like that to my wedding, then you're going to end up putting yourself into a bad position. What the heck is that?
That is the ashes of your wedding dress that I burnt up.
You burnt that dress? Like you actually went into the dressing room and burnt the dress yourselves?
My mom was able to get me into the dressing room while nobody was around, and we both worked to burn it to ashes. It was way too easy. A backstabber like you has no use for a dress like this, right? You are the one that stole my fiancé from me, so you deserve to have your dress destroyed. You're not going to complain about it, right? Your wedding's going to be freaking canceled now, you pile of trash.
But I'm already wearing my wedding dress.
Huh? You're wearing your wedding dress right now.
My wedding is starting here soon, and so I had to make sure that I was set for it all a while ago.
What? Wait. But I just burned your dress to a crisp, right?
Are you sure that's actually my dress, though?
Who else's dress would it be? My mom is the one that brought me to this room after all and helped me burn it, and she works here.
So you're telling me that you went into the dressing room with the help of your mom with the intent of burning my wedding dress?
This is my way of getting back at a backstabber like you.
Well, I'm not having my wedding in that wedding hall today.
Huh? What did you just say?
I didn't want to have my wedding at the place your mom worked, so we changed plans.
Wait a second. What do you mean by that?
We were worried by the fact that your mom works there and had a suspicion that she would do something that would cause our wedding to be ruined. So we worked with our specialist to have the wedding moved to a different location that's a part of the same company. Ah, that's right. We made sure to do all of this with the utmost secrecy so that your mom wouldn't be able to find anything else out about what we were doing. So she only knew about the plans we had made before we made changes.
You have to be kidding me. So, in other words, you're telling me that you're not here right now.
Well, that's right. And that also means that the dress I planned to wear today is not being kept there, nor is the dress I plan to wear for the party after.
So then who the hell's dress is this?
I have no clue. But that'd have to be the dress of whoever is planning on having their wedding there today, right?
So then your wedding isn't going to be canceled today, and you'll be able to get married to my fiancé?
Well, about that, Anita. After both your mom and you stopped replying to me, I looked a bit into you both and showed my fiancé. But he told me he had no clue who either of you are.
No matter what he says about us and what you showed him, you are the one that stole my fiancé from me.
Well, actually, that man that you had been dating for a while and then assumed you'd be getting married to before he left you and never replied to you again is someone that I've looked into as well.
You know about him because he's your fiancé.
He's my fiancé's cousin, Anita.
He's your fiancé's cousin? What? His cousin.
For a very long time, he and his cousin have both looked really identical to one another, so much so that even their moms get confused sometimes. And actually, I've met him once before as well, and they sure do look very similar to one another. But of course, if you look close enough at them, they have differences. And his cousin happens to be a bit older, 3 years in fact. However, my fiancé is the same age as you and I are. And if you watch them from afar like your mom did, they both have the same characteristics. I can see why she thought that he was your fiancé when she saw him a little while back.
So you're telling me that your fiancé and mine are both different people? But they are both still doctors, right?
You already know that, right? That both of them live in a family full of doctors?
Well, now that you mention it, you're right. So what you're saying is that this whole time it was all just a misunderstanding?
Well, when I spoke to my fiancé's cousin about you and him, he told me the reason for him leaving you is because after talking about marriage, he learned that you and him valued very different things. That's what led to him saying that you both should find other people.
We value different things? What about what I value is so wrong?
Well, he told me that if he had married you, then you asked him to come and live with you and your mom at her house.
Well, he should be doing that for us, right? I can't just leave my mom by herself to move out of the house and into a house of his own.
But to get to the hospital that he works at from your mom's house would take him over 4 hours a day round trip.
Well, that wouldn't matter to him because he'd have me as his wife and my mom as his in-law.
You also told him to hand over most of his earnings and make you his housewife so that you didn't have to work anymore. And you asked that he make sure to give you 5 kids. And of course, not just those things, but also that within a year of you guys getting married, that he remodels your mom's whole house into a place of your liking. The cost of all that being around $1.7 million.
Well, when you want the house to be all up to date with all the newest systems, as well as have all the smart home features on the market, the price will be that high.
You asked to make sure that the house was made into a place where you didn't even have to put any effort into the chores. Even saying that he could have cleaners come in twice a week to clean it out for you.
Well, I want the place to be spotless all the time, and I'd also like some pros to come in and cook for us every day so that our food is amazing. That should be perfect to him as well, right?
Well, what will you do for him, Anita?
I told him that I'll be his housewife and do the chores.
But you're wanting to have a cleaning service come in as well as pro chefs to cook dinner. From what I see, you're asking for him to give up all his money so that you and your mom can live like royalty while he works all day. That's why he left you, Anita.
What I asked from him is normal. He asked me to tell him what I valued and what I wanted, and I told him everything. I said that I'd do what I could do to support him as well.
Did you listen to what he wanted from you?
Of course I did!
Well, he told me that you didn't listen to anything he said to you.
He has to be BSing then.
He said that all you'd say to him is that he's a doctor, so he should be able to make himself happy and support himself, as well as you and your mom. He was tired of being with you because all you thought about was how with him being a doctor, it meant he could get you anything, and that you wanted everything from him.
But that's...
He has left you now, Anita, so can you please stop trying to talk about him like he's your fiancé?
Where is your wedding? He's the cousin of your fiancé, so he'll be there as well, right? I'm going to come to that wedding right now. I want for all of us, including my fiancé, to talk this over. And I'd like you to help me get back together with him.
You want my help?
If you can help us get married as well, then you and I can become cousins or something, right? We'll both become the wives of doctors. How about you and I get our husbands to build us one huge mansion of our dreams that we can all live in, including my mom?
I'm sorry, but I'm not telling you the location of my wedding. And it's getting time for the event to start anyway, so I'm going to need to get going. But let me tell you this one thing before I go. Your ex does not want to get back together with you, so leave him be.
You're telling me he doesn't want anything to do with me anymore? That's a straight up lie. Hold on a second, Megan. Megan, please answer your phone. I need your help.
There's nothing in this world that I'd be able to help you with, Anita.
Hurry up and get me back together with my ex right now.
I told you that that's going to never happen. He's over ever getting back together with you. So can you please just let him have the peace of mind that he deserves regarding you two?
If you don't get him to come back to me right now, I'm going to be screwed.
Screwed?
I need him to marry me right now so that he can pay off all the money that I owe.
What are you going on about now, Anita?
I am being told that I'm going to have to pay for the dress that I burnt, as well as pay off the settlement that's being asked from me. And the amount they want is massive. I'll never be able to handle all of this on my own.
But you're the one that chose to burn that dress to a crisp, right? It's only fair that they ask you to pay for their dress and whatever else they're upset about.
But that dress was custom made for the bride and tailored by a very famous man. And not only that, but my mom is going to get fired.
Well, that's because she helped you in burning up that dress, right?
Well, we only did that because we thought the dress was yours. Right now, neither of us are going to be able to pay off all this money. So I would like to meet my ex again and have him help us.
So you only want to get married to your ex now so that you can use his money to pay off the settlement you've been asked for?
He's a doctor, so something like that shouldn't be a problem for him, right?
I'm done with this. How much farther are you planning on being a problem for everyone? Because if you're going to take things any farther, I'll just block you and then you really will be without any help. But it's not like that would change anything because even now I have no desire to help you.
What? So you're totally okay with me losing all my money to a couple I don't know?
I do. And that's because you deserve all of that. You did all of this yourself with some help from your mom. So now you have to pay the price for it.
You're my friend though, right? You should be willing to help your friend out just a little, right?
Not only did you misunderstand everything like your mom, but you tried to burn the dress of your so-called friend. I do not need someone like you around me that thinks they can still be friends after that.
Don't say something like that to me. Right now, you haven't had to fall victim to anything, right?
It's not about me being a victim to anything involving all of this or not.
If nobody helps us, my mom and I are going to become homeless. Help us.
I'm sorry, but I'm going to cut all ties I have with you now. I can't be asked to deal with you any more than I already have. After this, the two of you figure something out by yourselves.
This has to be a joke, right? Wait, Megan! I was supposed to become the hot wife of a doctor, but now all my plans are falling apart.
After what had happened, both Anita and her mom tried going around to all their friends and family asking for money to help them out of the hole they were in. However, nobody had the money to help them with the debts they had and told them to find someone else to help them. In the end, they were forced to take out some loans by themselves and are using that money to pay off both the dress and the settlement for the ruined wedding. And to pay off those loans, they are both working completely new jobs, which mainly includes doing odds and ends work or being part-timers. And as for the relations they have between one another, their financial situation has really begun to ruin it, and they're left fighting one another day and night over who needs to be working more and paying more.
Thank you for watching till the end. If you felt good about this video, like the video. If you didn't like it, let me know why in the comments. Subscribe too. Your likes and subs lead to our motivation. We have so many videos on our channel as well, so go ahead and take a look. See you in the next video.
Celine, are you there? I have some huge news that I just have to tell you right now. Xavier and I got married! Can you believe it?
Wait, what? Cassidy, what are you talking about? What do you mean that you and Xavier are married now?
I knew that it would shock you. But now this means that I can finally have my dream life of being a housewife. I won't ever have to have a job or work, and I'll just get to hang out at home all day. It'll be so amazing.
But you can't really be serious about this, right? Cass, please tell me that this is some kind of prank that you're pulling on me?
What do you mean? You do remember just who I'm talking about, don't you? I'm talking about the same Xavier that you were married to, but then I stole him away from you and you've been all alone ever since, remember?
But I mean, I haven't heard from you at all since you did that to me. It's been 3 whole years since we last talked. And I had no idea that you and Xavier were still together at all, but I guess you two are married now? I really just didn't see this coming today at all, if I'm being honest.
Well, I just wanted to say that I really am sorry for what I did back then. But I remember when I did, you kept trying to bug us with all your fake threats about suing us for seeing each other while you and him were still married. Do you remember how mad you were? I mean, you were blowing up my phone so much that I finally went and got myself a new number. But now that 3 years have passed, so have the statute of limitations for you being able to sue us. So I figured it was safe to finally reach out to you again.
So basically, you were just hiding from me so that you wouldn't have to be punished for what you did? That's why you didn't talk to me for 3 whole years? All because it was still part of your plan to get away with stealing my husband from me?
Oh, come on. Don't be like that. When you put it like that, it makes me sound really bad. I mean, I think it's kind of clever on my part, to be honest. I planned it out, looked up the laws, and I was able to steal your husband right from under your nose and get away with it, too. I don't have to pay you a dime either. I basically pulled off the perfect heist.
And in the meantime, you ruined countless relationships, not just my marriage, but even our own relationship, Cass. But if you're reaching out to me to tell me this, I wonder if you've also told Jeremy, who you were dating, before you got with Xavier?
Jeremy? Oh, whoa, I totally forgot about him! Man, you have a really good memory, sis. Do you know that? I mean, he had completely fallen off the map for me, if I'm being perfectly honest.
You're kidding me. You and him were together for so long before you did what you did to us both.
Yeah, sure, but that's all in the past now, and I don't really have to dwell on all the men I've ever seen in my life. Especially a loser like him. Just why do you think I traded up to get your husband from you instead? I mean, I didn't even save his number when I got my new phone, so I certainly haven't told him about Javi and I's marriage.
How could you say that about such a nice man? I thought he was really lovely. If anyone is the loser, it's you for ditching such a nice man to steal your own sister's husband. I still don't get how you could do that to me and Jeremy. You really are just horrible. Do you know that? Why did you even bother reaching out to me after all this time?
Now it all comes out. I knew that you were still sore about this. Oh man, it really is funny watching you get so upset over a text. You're just mad because you are outsmarted by your little sister and abandoned by your husband. Admit it.
What is even the point of this conversation? What do you want? Did you just want to reach out to me to make me upset and insult me?
Of course not. I just wanted to let you know that Javi and I are still together. The real thing that I wanted to bring to you about is that he's working for a huge company right now and I don't have to do a thing. Just think about it. If you were still married to Javi, then you could be living my life. But you aren't. I remember when I was with Jeremy, he had just transferred out of his old job to some new one at a really lame place. They weren't even going to pay him that much, but he wanted it for the vacation time that he would get. I knew then that I could never be with a man who didn't have the same ambitions as me.
But you know that Jeremy's old job was really hard on him. I mean, you were always complaining about how late he worked. There were even times when he collapsed on the job because of how exhausted he was. Of course he would want something with more time off. And just what ambitions are you talking about? You literally just want to marry rich so you don't have to do any work.
You have no idea what it was like being with Jeremy. Besides, if I'm not going to be with a man who doesn't make a lot of money, then there's just no point in being with him at all. And just what is wrong with my ambitions? Everyone knows that a woman's place is in the house anyways. I just so happened to want to make sure that my house was a really nice one and that I would never have to worry about money again.
You really are just delusional. Do you know that?
Don't be mad at me just because I saw what I wanted and took it. I know the real reason you're upset is because you knew that Javi had this potential in him and I stole him from you. Ever since then, you've had to go out and look for another rich man. I was lucky since you went out and did all the hard work of finding him for me. And now I have a husband with a bright, bright future ahead of him and I won't ever have to worry about a thing in my life again.
Is that really all you think a marriage is about? How much money your husband makes? I mean, is that the only reason that you and Xavier have been together this long?
I am not even going to begin to try and describe to you the level of strategy and planning that I'm operating on. My mind is like an enigma that you couldn't even begin to unravel. But it certainly does help that I'm the cute younger sister. You might have been okay as a housewife, but I certainly look better doing it.
You know, when I was with Xavier, anytime I asked him to help around the house or said anything that he saw as a complaint, he would always yell at me. He would get upset and told me that I was lucky to have him and that I should just shut up and go along with what he wanted.
Well, he never ever treats me like that. Probably because he sees me as his beautiful bride and not like the maid that you were to him. He even gives me plenty of spending money whenever I ask for it.
Oh, well, good for you then, Cass.
Oh, come on, don't be upset just because my life is so much better than yours. I know that your life really sucks right now, but I'm sure that it'll get better one day when you find the right person. But until then, just know that I'm loving my life with your ex-husband.
You really think that my life sucks right now? What is that supposed to mean?
Oh, please. You don't have to pretend like it isn't true for my sake. I mean, you had it all. You were living the housewife's dream, and then I took it from you. Then you had no home, no job, no nothing. I completely ruined your whole life. And it's only been 3 years. I'm sure that your life is still in complete shambles ever since I did what I did to you.
Well, you really shouldn't be making those kinds of assumptions because I'm actually in the best place that I've ever been. So I'm glad that you took Xavi from me because now I'm able to live how I want and I'm really enjoying life. Anyways, if you could not waste my time with stupid texts like this, I would really, really appreciate it. Thank you.
Hey, Celine, what is the matter with you? Why aren't you responding to me at all? I sent you a bunch of pictures from my wedding and you haven't said a single word to me.
Well, yeah, I asked you to stop talking to me, remember? So why would I respond to you if I had already told you that I didn't want to talk to you?
But you don't get it. I don't have anyone else that I can brag about this to. Everyone still remembers that I stole Javi from you, so nobody wanted to help us celebrate our wedding. Even when I tried showing photos to my friends, the messages were just left on not delivered, so I think a bunch of people have blocked me. Even our parents haven't said anything to me. You're the only person that I can talk to about this at all.
Right. Well, if everyone else has blocked you, maybe I should just go ahead and do the same thing then.
Wait, no, you can't do that. I mean, if I don't have you to talk to, then who am I supposed to brag about my amazing life to? Please, you can't do this. Even though it was small, it really was an amazing wedding. You have to be there so that I can send you messages about how great my life is. Don't you want to hear about just how amazing my wedding was?
What are you even talking about, Cassidy?
I'm talking about how now that Javi and I are married, we're going to move in together and he's already gotten this really huge, amazing condo, and I want to brag to people about it and they're blocking me.
And just why on earth do you think that I would want to subject myself to any of that coming from you? I mean, I'm actually kind of surprised about your wedding. I really didn't know that many people had blocked you over this.
Well, they all just make assumptions about my marriage, all because it's your ex-husband. That's why I told Javi that he had to make sure that our wedding was even better than the one that you two had. I felt that if it was this huge, even that a bunch of people would show up, but nobody did. But a bunch of Javi's family and friends showed up, so that was nice of them at least.
Wow, that would honestly really depress the hell out of me if I didn't have my loved ones at my wedding.
Well, I wasn't sad in the slightest. I mean, it just meant that there was more room and food for everyone else to enjoy themselves. Who cares if none of my family or friends were there?
Do you really feel that way? You don't have to pretend for me. I really don't care either way.
Of course I feel that way. It was a great wedding, and now I finally get to live my dream life of being a housewife. I don't have to work, and I can do fun stuff around the house all day, like sitting and pacing. Sometimes I even get to go out and do some shopping so that I can cook dinner. It really is the dream. Yeah, this is what I always wanted. It's a much more fulfilling life than you have, I bet.
Yeah, it sounds like you're only doing things that I've only dreamed of.
That's right. I'm sure that you're basically on the edge of being homeless every day. You wish that you had the luxuries that I do. But I suppose most people would probably kill to be in my shoes right now. I mean, you really must be living in some kind of pathetic little shack or something. Maybe you have a bunch of roommates and you all have to take turns using that one toilet. But I guess that's just how poor people with no money have to live their lives. Thank goodness that isn't me. I could never.
Can you please stop making so many baseless assumptions about my life? You seriously have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh, right. Yeah, I'm sorry. You probably don't even have a real place. You probably just work at some factory and go sleep in the factory housing or something. Maybe you have to put in quarters in the showers because you don't even have your own bathroom at all. Oh man, that's so funny to think about. Imagine how horrible that must be. Oh man, that's so funny. I think I could cry.
What in the world makes you think any of what you're saying about me is true?
Well, it has to be. I mean, you're still not married, so there's no way your life is anything but that. You're just a sad, pathetic loser, and that's all you will ever be until you get married again. And until that day comes, you'll just be living in your sad little shack with all your sad little roommates from your sad little factory job. You're like some kind of adult on a fat twist, but you're still in your 30s, and you're still not married. Oh man, I am seriously laughing so much that my stomach is hurting.
Seriously? What is the matter with you? Are you really laughing so hard at your own messed up delusions?
Oh, don't worry. I'm sure that one day someone is going to want to marry a divorced old hag like you. As if, right? One of these days you'll have to tell me all about your sad, pathetic little life.
Well, for starters, my sad, pathetic house costs $1 million, so...
Wait, what? What do you mean?
I'm talking about the condo where I live downtown. I'm sure that it might not compare to the kinds of McMansions that you see out in the suburbs, but I'm very, very happy with it. The location and size and everything is just about perfect for me. Not to mention it's right by the coast, so I get to wake up to sea breeze and an ocean view every morning.
But wait, your house costs $1 million? That doesn't make any sense at all. How can someone like you afford to live there? There's no way that some sad little assembly line job can get you a place like that. How can you afford to live right on the coast? That isn't fair.
I already told you that you had no idea what you were talking about in the slightest. But 3 years ago when Xavier left me for you, I decided to go and start my own business. It took a lot of work and effort, but now I'm valued at millions of dollars.
Wait, what? That doesn't make any sense at all. How can that be? I had no idea that you went and started your own business. This can't be right. You're lying to me. I just know it.
Do you really think that I would lie to you about something like this?
Of course you are. There's no way that any of that is true at all. I refuse to believe that you've done so well for yourself. I mean, I stole your husband and he was supposed to be your ticket to the good life. There's no way that you made it so far all by yourself. You're not supposed to do that.
Why not? Because I was a housewife when I was married to Xavier? Well, while I was in the house all day, I was working hard to perfect my craft as a graphic designer. I posted my work on a bunch of places and managed to save up a fair bit for myself by the time that you and Xavier ran off together.
And now you've gone and made all that money just being a graphic designer?
Well, you remember how I was always into artsy things when I was little, right? Well, I had so much time around the house that I wanted to get back into art, and I really worked at my skill. Xavier would always get mad at me for doing it since he thought I could never make any real money from it, but I guess it shows what he knows.
So then what? You're some kind of professional, full-time artiste or something? And you make hundreds of thousands of dollars?
No, nothing like that. I did try and self-publish a couple of things at first, but it never really went anywhere. Although my work was good enough to catch the eyes of some people who invested into my company when I started it. And now it's a huge success.
So then you're really the head of your own illustration company?
I am, although I can't really say that I have all that many employees or anything. But we all work together on really big projects that bring in a lot for us. In fact, your ex-boyfriend Jeremy even works for me. I don't think we would have gotten as far as we did in our job without him, to be honest.
Wait a second, what? Are you kidding me? Does Jeremy really work for you?
That's right. I felt so bad for the way you treated him, but remember that he was also a really good artist. So when I started my company, I reached out to him and asked if he'd like to come and work for me. He said he'd love to since he was having such a hard time finding work after you left him. And ever since I hired him, he's been basically my best employee ever since.
But I had no idea that someone like Jeremy was any good at anything.
Well, he really is. I think he's actually making something like $100,000 a year or so now.
He's really making that much money. You've got to be kidding me.
Yeah, he's always punctual and quick to turn in his work. All of our clients are fighting over him. He's a solid pillar of my company as by himself, so I make sure that he's well paid. And thanks to him, we've been attracting even more larger clients who are all hoping to have the Jeremy touch to their project. I think we even recently took a contract from the company that Xavier works for.
Oh, wait a second. Are you serious? You're really working with Javi's company right now? But they're huge. They could work with anyone they wanted to.
That's right. But I guess the CEO really liked our work, and so he signed us on for a huge ad campaign.
I don't believe it. I really just don't know what to say at all. You started your own company and now you're doing so well. Not only that, but you hired my ex-boyfriend who is making $100,000 a year. That's even more than he was making at his old job.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Darn, now that I think about it, I really should have gone to your wedding after all. You said that a bunch of Xavier's coworkers were there, right? Was the CEO?
Yes, he was actually. Javi is a really good employee and he wanted to make a good impression, so he invited the CEO of his company.
Well, shoot, I should have gone to formally meet him. We've been chatting over email for some time now. But I guess then I would have been the only person on your side of the wedding who would have shown up, right? That would probably be pretty awkward.
Sis, I can't be with Javi anymore. You can have him back.
What are you talking about? Why would I ever take Xavier back? Why would you even think that I want him back?
Fine, whatever. Don't take him back. I don't care. I just need to get with Jeremy. He makes way more money than Javi does.
Well, I really don't think that Jeremy wants anything to do with you at all.
What are you talking about? You don't think he'll take me back? He's still totally obsessed with me, isn't he?
I really don't think so. In fact, I'm pretty sure he's already engaged to be married, in fact.
Hold on, what? You have to be kidding me. I already told Javi that I wanted a divorce. We already signed the paperwork for it.
Wait, what? You've already split up with Xavier? Are you crazy or something?
It's true. I really thought that Jeremy would still be all lonely and depressed without me. When you told me that he was such a successful artist, I thought it was because he was so depressed. I mean, that's why artists are good, right? I figured he must have still been upset over losing me, and that's why his art was so good, so I was sure he would take me back.
Oh, well, that's stupid of you. I'm pretty sure he's doing so well because I gave him a second chance at life and he's engaged. His art is coming from a good place, if you ask me.
But what am I supposed to do? I already packed up my bags and I'm living in a hotel now. I was going to reach out to Jeremy and tell him that I'm ready for him to take me back whenever. I don't have enough money to stay here forever.
Dang, well, those all sound like you problems. In fact, I never want you to come to me with any of your problems or bragging again. I'm going to do what I should have done a long time ago and block you.
No, wait, you can't do this to me. Please don't leave me. You're all I have left.
I heard through the grapevine that after Cassidy left him, Xavier's performance plummeted, and soon he was sent to work in the boiler room of his company, far away from any chance at promotion. As for Cassidy, she had to quickly sell a bunch of her stuff and move into a new place. I hear that she's sharing a one-bedroom apartment with 5 other people, and they all have to share a single toilet. As for Jeremy, he continues to be my star artist and even invited me to his wedding, which I wait to attend. As for myself, business is going along as usual. I do always feel bad that Cassidy and I could never patch things up, but I just couldn't stand her interfering in my life anymore.
Thank you for watching all the way until the end. If you felt good after watching this video, please like the video. If not, please leave a comment and give us your feedback. Also, don't forget to subscribe. Your comments and likes help this channel grow. We hope you enjoy our other stories as well. Hey, you! Why didn't you just tell me that you're gonna be getting married? What's going on? You really should have told me that you were gonna be getting married before I found out on my own. How could you just hide this from me like this? I thought we were childhood friends, huh? Oh, hey Marilyn. It's been a long time, huh? Sorry that I wasn't able to message you sooner and let you know about it. But it wasn't like I was trying to keep it from you, you know? I was going to tell you. I was even getting ready to send you the wedding invitations later on, too. We were just so busy with all the preparations and whatnot. How could you invite me using a wedding invitation like that, Sharon? Come on, we're better than that. I thought we were super close friends, huh? You can't just go full lazy mode on me like that. We've grown up with each other like we were siblings, basically. You're basically a sister from another mister. I really feel like, with how close we were, it would make more sense for us to meet up and you just tell me in person about your wedding. I'm seriously sorry about that, Marilyn. I've just been incredibly busy with work and I haven't even been back to my hometown in a really long time. It's been years. You know how it is. When we get older, it starts being more difficult for us to just go home when you want. It's even harder to just meet up with your friends, you know? Oh, look at you, just blaming your work like any reasonable adult. Don't be like the rest of them, Sharon. I know you're better than that. You just wanted to hide the fact that you managed to score a really rich man, right? I know what you're thinking because we're close like that. My mom told me everything I need to know. She was happy to tell me. She said that you are engaged to a future CEO of a really huge corporation. Look at that. Moving up in the world, huh? You must be excited. He's also the only son, which means he's the first in line for taking over the company, right? I would be so excited if I were in your shoes. You're kidding. How does she already know that much about my fiancé? I don't get how word gets around that quickly. Ugh. I'm sure my mom has been talking a lot to your mom. That's probably how she found out. She's just too happy that her little daughter is finally going to be getting married. She won't shut up. She must be running around telling other people about our business. Ugh, I didn't give her permission. You can't just do me dirty like that, Sharon. I want to get married too, and especially to someone who's rich. You know how long it's been since I've even gone on a date? I want to find my own heir that's going to be taking me out to French places every night. You know, it's basically my childhood dream to marry someone rich so I don't have to work, right? I mean, I don't know what you expect me to do with that information. But you're really cute and bubbly, so I really don't think there's going to be any issues finding the Mr. Perfect, right? I think you're looking too hard. That Mr. Perfect will be right around the corner and you'll run into him when you least expect it. Wait, you really think so? You were always the neighborhood idol. Everybody loved how cute you were and all the neighbors would just constantly talk about how you were the cutest thing around. I remember when we were in high school, there were all the boys who just kept talking to me and they only had one reason they would talk to me. It was because they knew that we had grown up together and if they got close to me, they would probably find a way to get closer to you. That's how popular you were. Someone who's that popular will be able to find someone to marry really quick. Just gotta try a little. Okay, I have a good idea then, Sharon. Why don't you just give me your fiancé, huh? That's a great idea. Then I don't have to worry about trying to go find someone who's willing to marry me, and I also get to get married to someone who's gonna be rich like I've always wanted. Wait, what? Oh, come on, Sharon, don't be stingy. Share a little. I wanna marry your fiancé. You have to let me steal your fiancé from you, okay? Because it's meant to be. You've always been so incredibly kind to me, Sharon. It's really unbelievable how kind you've been towards me. You won't have any issues handing over the love of your life to me, right? What the hell are you talking about, Marilyn? Are you okay? There's no way in hell that I'm gonna do that. It's not like he's just a trading card or something either. What? Come on. You said that I would be able to find Mr. Perfect right around the corner, right? Those were your words, not mine. You said that I could marry really quick. It wouldn't take me long if I just tried a little. Well, I tried a little and came to the conclusion that I want to marry your fiancé, okay? That's what I want. Share it to your adorable younger sister. Come on, you know you want to. Don't be stingy. That's not what I meant by you'll find someone if you just try a little. You completely misunderstood what I said. You really need to calm down and stop talking like a crazy person, Marilyn. You're starting to scare me, just a little bit, so go for a run or something. Sharon, you're so stingy. Why wouldn't you share? You used to always just share everything with me, give me things that I wanted, no matter what. There's not a chance in hell that I would possibly give you any human, let alone my own fiancé. No. I don't like this at all. Marilyn wants to get married too, and she wants to get married to someone who's incredibly rich. If you don't share your super rich, awesome fiancé with me, I'm gonna be really upset. I'm going to be so upset that I'm going to actually start to cry. I'm gonna be crying so much that you're gonna be in so much trouble, Sharon. You're gonna really regret the fact that you didn't share your fiancé with me. I'm so sorry to bother you during your work hours, Terry. I just have something that I want to talk to you about. Well, actually, it's more something that I want to ask you for help about. Do you have a second to listen?
Yeah, what's up, Sharon? Oh, wait, hold on. Is there something going on about the wedding? I'm pretty sure I told them to contact me if anything was wrong.
Oh, yeah. It's kind of related to the wedding. Well, technically, I guess it's more related to marriage. I just figured I would talk to you before it came something bigger and got out of hand, you know? I want to keep an open line of communication between us. So, you remember that I was telling you about the girl I grew up with? We were childhood friends and we went to the same school and stuff.
Oh, yeah, that girl. What was her name? Marilyn? She knows your family and everything, right? Yeah, I remember. You said something about how she's like 2 years younger than you and you two grew up together, like you two were sisters or something. I'm really looking forward to meeting her at the wedding. You know how I love meeting all the important people in your life.
Yeah, so it's funny that you bring that up because that's the girl that I want to talk to you about. I want you to be careful around her, okay? I feel like she might say something. If she does decide to reach out to you, I want you to just ignore her. Her name is Marilyn, like you said, and if she says anything at all to you, then you just ignore her and let me know. You definitely can't reply to her, and you absolutely must not meet up with her, okay? You just ignore and let me know ASAP.
Wait, what? Why can't I reply to your friend, and why would your friend be messaging me?
Well, she's really cute, and I love her to death because we grew up together and whatnot, but her personality is a little weird to put it nicely. I don't like it. She kinda wants everything that I want and she won't let it go. Every time I bought a new toy, she wants the same new toy. She just wants what I have. This time around, when she found out that I am marrying you, she's suddenly all over it and talking about how she wants to marry you and how she wants me to give you to her.
Wait, hold on. She's saying that she wants to steal your fiancé?
Yeah, I know. I was pretty surprised too. I really wasn't expecting her to say anything like that. I was just expecting her to be really happy for my marriage or maybe be jealous of my wedding dress.
Okay, do me a favor and ignore that kind of nonsense from your brain ASAP, because there's no point in caring for people like that. I'm sure the truth of it is that she just misses you, and that is turning into somehow she wants to marry this new person. Maybe she's just confused. I'm sure she's just being emotional, no matter what it is, and she's just saying things that she doesn't really mean.
You know, I wish you were right, but I don't want you to underestimate Marilyn. Don't make that mistake. When she says that she wants something, she doesn't stop at anything until she is able to secure that thing. I don't think she's ever just given up once she set her eye on something. I've honestly been pretty annoyed and troubled by how I should handle that kind of thing from since we were young kids.
Wait, are you serious? I thought you two were close friends.
Yeah, I remember the first time I was young and got a brand new toy, she wanted it. If I got any new clothes, she wanted it. It didn't matter what it was. If I had it, she wanted the same thing, or rather, she wanted my thing. At first, I was okay with sharing, but eventually, it started getting tiring of the same thing over and over, so I just started telling her that I couldn't share. When I started turning her down, she started crying every single time I would say no and kept bothering me until I eventually would just cave because she wouldn't stop crying. I mean, she really wouldn't stop until I said okay. She even started bringing in my parents into it and making a big deal out of it. You wouldn't believe the amount of determination this little girl had towards getting the exact same doll as me.
Yeah, okay. I'm starting to see how that's a little bit scary. The fact that she wants me that badly, though, I kind of get what you're starting to say here. You're saying that she might do whatever it takes to try and get me to marry her instead of you. That's what you're worried about, right? What she might do?
Yeah, I feel like one of the things she might do just to come at you head on and try to take you away. I don't know. You can call it a hunch from all of the experience I have with her. She's honestly one of the most cutest and attractive girls that I can think of off the top of my head, you know? She's got a really pretty smile, she's skinny, she's almost like some kind of actress or something in Hollywood. When I think about how a girl that cute is going to be going for you, I'm actually pretty worried too, you know? I mean, she's probably cuter than me, so...
Don't worry about it, Sharon. You're alright. There's no chance I would ever do anything to betray you. You're the love of my life, Sharon. I'll take your warning and use it from now on. If she ever decides to try to say anything, I'll remember what you said. I'll make sure that I just ignore her, and I'll do everything I can to make sure that I don't cause you any kind of headache, okay? So don't worry about it.
Thank you, Terry. I appreciate it. I did it! I finally did it. Your fiancé? Yeah, he's mine now. He's all mine, and there's nothing that you can do about it, Sharon. I hope you regret not sharing. Your Mr. Perfect is now Marilyn's Mr. Perfect, and that's the way it's gonna be. Marilyn is gonna be Terry's perfect little wife and stays at home with him on the weekends. Wait, what? I really can't believe that you weren't willing to trade and share your fiancé with me. You used to be so kind when you were young, and now you're just keeping it all to yourself. You ignored me when I asked for his contact info too. Seriously, what has gotten into you, Sharon? Ugh. I don't know if you were going around all your contacts and telling them that you didn't want them to talk to me about the details or what, but your mom wouldn't tell me anything either. That's why it was super difficult for Marilyn to do this, but you should know that I did it. Hang on a second, Marilyn. What are you talking about? I need you to slow down and explain to me what you're talking about. Who's yours? You said that my fiancé is yours now? Terry? What are you going on about? I'm saying that Marilyn has taken your fiancé, Sharon. In other words, I'm going to be marrying your fiancé. Do you still not understand what I'm saying? It's your fault for not telling me anything. You have no idea how difficult you made it for me to find the contact info. I had to work so hard to try to figure out how to get in touch with him. Then, once I found his contact info, I said screw it and messaged him asking him to marry me instead of you. Then, you want to know what he said, Sharon? Terry said that he was going to marry me instead. I know, I was super excited too. Aren't you happy for me? He specifically said he didn't want you to be his wife. He wanted me, Marilyn, to be his wife. He specifically said me too. There was no beating around the bush. What are you talking about? Explain yourself. Oh, I'm saying that now I'm going to be able to live my dreams. I'm going to get married to a rich man. I'm going to enjoy the rich life to the fullest extent. You have no idea how much I look forward to doing this. Thank you. Wait, hang on, Marilyn. You're not answering any of my questions and you just kept moving forward. Are you saying that you're going to marry Terry? And when you say that, are you being serious or are you just messing around with me? What kind of question is that? Of course I wouldn't say this kind of thing as some kind of joke. This is not something that I would be joking around about. I'm super serious. Just think about me and my personality when we were kids. Have I ever lied to you about me wanting something? I've always gone straight for whatever I wanted and I've never rested until I got it. And trust me, there's nothing in this world that has ever stopped me from getting what I want. I mean, yeah, I know that's how you are, but... Yeah, so you understand then, right? I need you to just give up on Terry, okay? You're done. He's mine now, and there's no turning back. Terry is already head over heels for me, and starting today, we're gonna be living together. Isn't this all so exciting? I'm so happy that this is all happening so quickly. Wait, what? You're already living together? Yeah, could you believe it? He proposed to me, and then the very next day after he proposed to me, he was talking about moving in. And before I knew it, he already bought a huge room in a skyscraper for me and gave me the keys to the home saying it was our home. Wait, what? Some kind of skyscraper? Yeah, just so you know, it's not just a super regular room that you can find in some rich people neighborhoods. It's super special. He actually bought me this super high class room that only the finest people of society are able to even qualify to purchase. The view is great and the rooms are just impeccable. There's enough room to fit 10 families in there. I'm seriously impressed by how powerful this air is. According to what he said, the rent is like $20K a month, I think. I don't remember the small details. Wow, that really is some kind of incredible room that he bought you, huh? Never would believe it. Yeah, so thank you so much, Sharon. I don't think I ever would have found this if it wasn't for you. Although we always argue about it and whatnot, you seem to always end up giving me whatever I want if I argue and fought about it enough. Thanks to you being so kind to me, though. I'm one of the happiest women alive. I don't think there are any childhood friends who are this kind and convenient in the world. I must be super blessed. What? Oh yeah, I almost forgot. If you wanted, I can go ahead and invite you over to the house and show you around. Would you be interested in that? I could show you around the room that I'm going to be living in, which is ironic because it was technically an apartment that you might have been living in. I mean, this apartment, all of the rooms, all of the furniture, and most importantly, all of Terry are mine now, but at the very least, I can show you the view from the rooms, right? I'm too kind to you. I feel like I should be rewarded or something. I really don't want to see that. I don't know what kind of world I would live in to see that. Anyway, Marilyn, I don't think you ever answered my question. Are you being serious when you're trying to marry my fiancé, Terry? You're not joking? I've been saying that I'm serious this whole time. What, you think I'm lying about living with him in this gigantic apartment? You'll understand when you see the apartment that this place is way too small for me to live alone. Terry and this life are all mine. The next person that's gonna be living in this apartment is me, Marilyn. Terry is right next to me and he's gonna be living with me while we spend our lives together. You do realize that the house that we live in is a regular house, right? Wait, what? Yeah, and Terry? Terry is sitting right next to me right now. We're together. What? I'm sorry, Marilyn, but Terry and I, we've already put our marriage papers in. We did it a while ago. The wedding is probably going to be a ways down the line because, you know, his household situation isn't exactly simple or easy, but it's alright. We agreed that it would be okay for us to at least put in our papers for the marriage. And yeah, you're right. He did buy a place to live, but it's definitely not in some skyscraper, and I'm pretty sure it's only got one floor. Sorry to break it to you. I don't like rooms in skyscrapers anymore. I'm tired of them. I prefer a regular house with no extra floors and just a giant yard. I don't want to take an elevator to my house. That's what he was saying, so he went ahead and built us a house in the middle of the city. It's pretty big though. In the middle of the city? A giant house with a yard and everything? Right now we're both just kind of hanging out in our bungalow while looking out over a pasture of a yard. It's actually really relaxing, hearing the birds chirp. I'm sorry, but I have to ask you one more time. I'm sorry I'm repeating myself. Are you really going to marry my husband? Are you sure about that? Actually, the better question is who is right next to you right now. You said it was Terry, but it's most definitely not. Well, what do you mean? It's definitely Terry, right? The only reason that I'm with Terry right now is because I thought this was your fiancé, Terry, and I wanted to marry him, so it wouldn't make any sense for me to be with anyone else. Okay, I have a good idea. Maybe you should really recheck and check again who you're spending your time with right now. Alright, I'll see myself out right now. I don't know what to do, Sharon. I screwed up. It looks like Marilyn made a terrible, terrible mistake. This is all a huge misunderstanding. It turns out that this Terry just had the same first name and same last name and same middle name too. Wait, what? Are you serious? He says that he runs a business and he's got the exact same name as your fiancé. Literally all three of his names are the exact same. I don't know what's going on. I really thought that this Terry was your Terry because everything was identical. I mean, he literally runs his own company too. How was I supposed to know the difference? But apparently that was just some kind of a huge mistake, huh? I don't know what to do. Oh man, I think I remember Terry telling me something about that the other day. He said that in the States, or at least Texas, one of the most common names of business owners is Terry. That's why he works extra hard on his business cards, because he doesn't want to be confused with the 5 million other Terrys who run companies in Texas. I don't believe this at all. I thought I was able to get the Terry, the one and only Terry that I wanted. But it turns out that this is just some random Terry that you aren't even engaged to. I just wanted to get married to your fiancé. What the hell, Sharon? Oh, come on, Marilyn. You don't need to get that upset about all of this. Think about it. Yeah, it's someone else, and yeah, it's not the Terry that I am engaged to, but that person is also a CEO, right? That's a fact. Doesn't that mean that you're going to be able to get rich by getting married to someone? You really don't have to worry about giving up your rich and lavish lifestyle either. It's a win-win. No, this isn't okay. It's not a win. I wanted to live a rich, lavish lifestyle, but that's not all I wanted to do. Yes, it's important. And yes, I love that I get to live a celebrity life, but that's not the key factor here. The biggest part and the most important thing about all of this is that I have to steal him from you. Don't you get it? If I don't do that, then I won't be able to feel accomplished, don't you understand? Where's the fun in that? Sense of accomplishment? Sense of fun? And you keep saying something like I'm gonna be rich and whatnot just because I got married to him, but I can't. This Terry, the one that's sitting next to me right now, is married. Do you understand what this means, Sharon? His wife is literally knocking on the door of the apartment, and we are in a serious situation. I don't know what the hell to do or how to handle all of this. Married? He's married? You've got to be kidding me, right? Your Terry has a wife? Oh my god, Marilyn. This is starting to look more and more like I was just being played with. Like I was just a side chick. This apartment in a giant skyscraper? Yeah, apparently he didn't buy this room for me either. Who would have thunk, right? He's always had this room, and anytime this Terry decided to have a little fun with his newest side chick, he just lets them live here to pretend they're special. When you look around the room, you can see that there's some traces of a different woman living here. Honestly, it doesn't even take that much time to figure out. There are like 2 or 3 other makeup bags and facial packs that I've never seen before. Ah, so this is his little Playboy getaway room, huh? For all of his little playthings. Sounds like that Terry is quite the catch, and by catch I mean you might want to go get tested. I don't know what to do, Sharon. Help me! Am I gonna be getting sued by the wife? Is that what's gonna happen next? But come on! I didn't know that Terry had a wife, so I should be safe from any of the lawsuits, right? Like, that kind of ignorance should realistically grant you immunity from being sued? Yeah. I'm sorry, Marilyn, but I'm not sure about that. You thought that the Terry was my fiancé, Terry, right? Which means that you were dating that Terry under the pretense that you were by trying to steal him from someone, right? I don't know how well your logic is going to be held up in court when you try to claim that you had no idea what you were doing and you were just trying to find true love. I don't know, Marilyn. This is all a little too complicated for me. Why don't you go talk to a lawyer and see what they say about this? Okay, great idea, Sharon. Who's going to be paying for the consultation fees for a lawyer? You realize how rude and terrible this Terry is? He said that I was just a side chick and that his real main chick is his wife. Can you believe the audacity of this guy? That's why he said that he's not going to help me out at all with any kind of legal fees or anything. He says that I'm used up and that he has no use for me, so I need to leave by tomorrow. He just threw me away like I was just garbage that he didn't need. What the hell? Yeah, it sounds like that Terry is pretty shitty, unlike my husband Terry. My Terry is actually incredibly nice and loves me and takes care of me. Please, I'm begging you, Sharon. I need you to save me and get me out of this mess. You got married to the heir of the huge corporation, right? That means that you have more than enough money to go around. At the very least, you can help me out with the legal fees that I'm gonna have to pay for this, right? Yeah, I'm sorry, Marilyn, but you're insane if you think that I'm gonna be paying anything for you. Anyway, good luck with everything going forward. I'll talk to you another day, maybe.
Hey Sharon, do you have a sec? I think I figured it out. I'm like 99% sure I know which Terry Marilyn said she was dating. I don't know for sure, but it really fits the description. When you said that the guy has the exact same name, first, middle, and last, is the CEO of some kind of business and loves to fool around outside of his marriage, I just kinda knew. Apparently this Terry is pretty infamous for being a lavish and pretty unfaithful dude. And he's a CEO too, so I'm pretty sure that's not something to be happy about.
Man, there are definitely some rotten Terrys out there, huh? He's got a wife and he's still going out, finding women to sleep with him so that he has an extra room rented out just to sleep with them. Honestly, I was pretty mad about her whole attitude, but at this point, I'm feeling a bit bad for her.
Yeah, I gotta agree with you there. Even as a man, I can't really believe that someone would do that to his wife. But apparently he's not really able to be fooling around anymore. This is just a word on the street, but apparently his wife actually said that she was going to get a divorce, and he suddenly snapped out of it. The worst part of all this was he was actually married into her side of the family and took her name of the marriage. The company that Terry is running right now is actually originally his wife's parents' company to begin with. He just inherited it after he got married to her.
Wait, hold on. So the second that she divorces him, he's gonna be terminated as CEO?
Yeah, apparently he was chased out of his own home and he's just as broke as the rest of us. Probably worse, actually. So if you ever do get the chance to talk to Marilyn again, you should just talk to her and let her know about all what I just told you. She should be happy. That Terry has no money or dignity, and if she still wants to marry him right now, I'm sure he would have no issues marrying her. Although, she'll probably be richer than him.
Yeah, I guess I'll let her know if I ever see her again. This is too perfect. Sharon, please, I need your help right now. I'm being sued by that other Terry's wife. She's demanding that I pay for damages. But I don't have any money at all. I definitely don't have any money to hire a lawyer for any kind of trial. I'm just going to lose and end up having to pay her a prosperous amount of money in damages. I don't want to just shut up and bend over for this lady. I don't want to pay for any kind of damages without a fight. Oh, perfect timing, Marilyn. I was really hoping that you would text me soon. You're gonna struggle a little bit with the damages and being sued or whatever, but I have good news for you. You remember your Terry, right? The guy you wanted to marry, but he was just playing around with you so you couldn't marry him? Well, apparently, he got a divorce. So if you're still interested, you can marry him. Good one, Sharon. Who the hell wants to marry some guy with literally no money and lies through his teeth? I want to get married to some serious money, do you understand? The perfect scenario for me is to get married to your man. Hopefully he's rich too. If you want to keep being stupid like that, then you need to get your Terry to agree to divorce you and come marry me. That's what you should be doing right now. Oh my god, you're still going on about that, huh? Even after all of this, you haven't learned your lesson. What? You always gave me stuff when I asked for it. You always ended up caving in the end. But then, you have yourself an heir to the throne and you want to keep him all to yourself? Gross! We grew up together like we were basically sisters. I remember when you were still 7 years old and picked your nose. You need to do the same thing that you did when you were that old and just share everything the second I ask for it.
Hey, can you go ahead and do me a favor and stop trying to take advantage of her kindness like that? You really need to cut that shit out. In fact, I would really appreciate it if you just cut all ties with her. Don't ever talk to her again. Would you be able to do that for me?
What? Who is this?
Hello, nice to meet you. I'm the real husband of your best friend. It sounds like you've been doing your best to give Sharon a headache because you keep saying that you want to get married to me. Something about you want her things?
Oh my god, no way! You're serious? The real thing? I want you to get married to me right now.
Yeah, there's no chance in hell I would ever marry someone like you. You've always bothered Sharon like that, always taking her things away from her, always just taking advantage of her kindness. Don't worry though. I took the liberty of talking to your parents about everything this time around. They know about everything you've done. I also went ahead and took screenshots of all the conversations that you've been having with her and then printed those conversations. They have those to look at too.
What the hell did you just say?
Yeah, Sharon is a really kind woman. I've always admired her for being that kind, and it seems like she's always been that kind. You seem to have been taking advantage of that fact for the longest time from when you were young too. She's always said that if she just keeps everything to herself and gave you what you wanted, everything would be fine. Or that she couldn't do anything because your families got along with each other. Well, it turns out that she's still under the impression that she can't say anything against it. So I'm gonna handle this as her husband. I've taken control of the situation and your parents have been informed.
What the hell are you doing, Terry? Why would you do that to me? What are you gonna do when our relationship is ruined because of you, huh? We've been childhood friends since we were children, and you're ruining it. Even our parents have got along with each other from since we were super young.
Having a little bit of a hiccup in your relationship or your parents losing their jobs, which one would you rather have happen? Go ahead and take your time. I'll wait.
What?
Yeah, I really did think that the whole coincidence with the same name CEO and everything was interesting, but there's another coincidence that I want to talk about. Your parents? Yeah, they work at a small company that works in conjunction with one of my parents' companies back in my hometown. Who would have thunk, right? We live in such a small world. We're all kind of connected.
What? You're being serious?
Yeah, and that's why both of your parents were both on their knees begging me to forgive them for your stupidity and selfishness. They said they'd make sure that you were never able to see me or mine ever again, and they'd be shipping you off to the middle of nowhere, Alaska. They promised me that they would take care of it.
What? Did you just say Alaska?
Honestly, I'm really glad your parents were so understanding about the whole thing, you know? It seems like they're already getting everything ready for you to move to middle of nowhere, Alaska, to go kick it with the polar bears. I'll be able to live my life comfortably with Sharon. Maybe we'll have a couple of mojitos together watching over our brand new lawn in the city.
Wait, just hang on a second. What are you talking about? Marilyn moving to the middle of nowhere, Alaska? I don't want to move. I'm not gonna do that. Do you understand? I don't want to move, so I'm not gonna.
You know, you're kind of more interesting than I thought. You really think you're in a position right now to be able to voice your opinion over what happens next?
Huh?
You know, it's really up to you if you want to dream about getting married to some kind of heir or something, but when you think about going for the biscuit, you have to think about the risks you might be taking too. What are you going to do if you ever decide to piss off the heir to a multi-trillion-dollar company, huh? Have you ever thought about that? What do you think that kind of person would be capable of doing to you?
Oh, I didn't.
You know, I've never been one to use my parents' company or my position in the company to get what I wanted. But when it comes to protecting the people I love, then the whole story changes. I will use my connections, my power, my company, my family, you name it. You know that heirs to the throne are capable of stomping you out just like you're some kind of ant, right? We don't just live in fancy apartments and sniff our own farts.
I'm sorry. Please stop. I'll move to the middle of nowhere, Alaska right away. I promise. I'm packing my things right now. So I'm begging you, please let my parents continue working at their company. They have nothing to do with any of this. Marilyn was moved to the middle of nowhere, Alaska, to live with some of her distant relatives who apparently happened to be Eskimos. Her Eskimo relatives weren't too happy. But they were okay with the fact that they would have an extra hand helping out around the dairy farm that they have. She's currently working day in and day out, covered in cow manure. She's earning her pay to make sure she can pay off the agreed upon amount for the damages that she is being sued for. Afterwards, I was able to have a wedding ceremony, and I live happily with my husband and I. It's really difficult living in a really big house because you have to clean up everything, and the yard is really huge too, so you have to take care of the lawn. You have to take care of his things too, so it's busy, but I'm going to keep working hard to support him going forward. Thank you for watching till the end. If you felt good about this video, like the video. If you didn't like it, let me know why in the comments. Subscribe too. Your likes and subs lead to our motivation. We have so many videos on our channel as well, so go ahead and take a look. See you in the next video.